Today I'm checking out BMW i3. Believe it or not, now you probably know that I'm not a big fan. I think there are two things that I need out of the electric car nowadays that I think is important to appeal to the masses, and it's the look and the range. And this car doesn't have either. And you know, I've been ignoring it for all this time, but with the announcement that BMW has been making this month and the previous month about the 3 Series coming out very soon with what it looks like to be a very appropriate range, over to 100 miles, and other announcements that they've made in Europe this week, I'm starting to turn around on at least their desire to turn things around, to commit to electric cars. And I'm realizing that this car that, again, I'm not a big fan of, is no longer going to be a compliance car, but more of a gateway car for the BMW drivers and fans to start getting used to and be interested in their electric car fleet that looks like they're going to be coming up with soon. So I talked to the BMW representative, BMW Genius today, and let's see what they have to say.
Oh, I'm Eric Riley. I'm from BMW Stevens Creek. We're part of the BMW Genius department.
So Genius, so this is like Apple only competent?
Yeah, exactly. The only thing is they keep it as BMW Genius. They have to say BMW Genius to keep away that moniker from
no one of that.
Apple.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, so you guys are here at the Drive Electric Week presenting your i3 car,
Yes.
right? And this is the only one right now that's fully electric in the BMW family.
Yes, that's the only one that's full electric. The rest we do have our plug-in hybrids, essentially 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, X5, and we do have the i8, which is a plug-in hybrid as well, too.
Okay, so let's talk about the design first, because I've talked about it on my channel. I'm not a big fan myself, but I want to understand. So if anything, it definitely looks different than the rest of the fleet. Can you tell me what is the idea behind it, and what is the feedback from the customers? Do they like the fact that it's different? And if so, what it is that they like it? Or do you think that they would rather move to something like a 3 Series, you know, as it is right now?
Yeah. Well, I find that when people buy these cars and they get them, at first they're a little bit iffy on whether or not they like the styling and whatnot. Normally, after they drive it for a while, you see that they actually tend to love it. You know, albeit it's not the prettiest car, but it does have styling aspects that make it different from the rest of the crowd.
You're saying it's what's an inside that matters. It's okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. A good example for that would be the BMW grille. You keep that grille on there, the 2 kidney grills. That's a styling aspect of all BMWs, you'll find. You also have the rear Hofmeister kink on the roofline for the coupe styling, and the coach style doors, which help you get in and out a little bit easier without having to have full open doors and everything like that. Okay. But yeah, they actually have a new model coming out that's going to be a bit more sporty. You're going to see like some aspects of the car are going to change, like the front face and everything. There's also some other aspects of the car that are going to change. That's pretty much the preview information so far right now. But yeah, they're coming out with a whole bunch of models coming out too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about the range. The range here, it's not yet there. You know, I mean, I think most of your competitors also can say the same thing. But I know BMW has announced that there will be a higher, bigger range BMWs, which is looks like everybody is moving into that. But that brings up the question about charging. As you know, right now, what do you recommend where and how your customers charge, whether it's at home, at work, and so forth? And what do you think is going to be sort of the future for BMW as far as the infrastructure for the charging network?
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as charging, where the preference on charging is, normally a lot of people like to charge from home and at work when they go. The best thing to do is when you purchase a vehicle from us, you actually get, if you buy the brand new one, you get 2 years of free charging for the first 30 minutes with EVgo. If you get CPO, you actually get 12 months too. So even if you're buying used, you still get that aspect of the free charging on the car. So you don't have to worry too much about that. There are improving charging elements as far as how to, like what they're using to charge the car. Good example is they're coming out with a new turbo cord for the BMW. It's supposed to charge in half the time of the regular 110 charger goes for. So you're going to see that coming out real soon. I think it's only a few months out, in fact. But yeah, you're going to have that, and then also they have availability to actually come out to your house and install a level 2 charger for you for not too much of a cost on top of the car as well. And then there's tons of what's it called? They actually have tons of rebates and everything for the electric cars as well too.
And there might be another one coming up for the entire California that's going to be really awesome. Definitely going to help you guys out for sure, right? Especially with okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I guess what you're saying is you recommend that people charge it at home. mainly.
Yeah, at home mainly. There's low-cost charging between 12 and 7 a.m. You're paying cents on the dollar to charge the car, whereas, if you did it anywhere else, it'd be a little bit more expensive at that point if you don't have free charging.
Okay, excellent. So let's move on to completely forgot my next question. Obviously, you guys got to compete with other brands. And what do you think, as far as this car is concerned, is its advantage over other electric cars? What would be the one thing that you think it has advantage over everybody else?
I would say the weight of the car. It is saved because it has the full carbon core system on it, which is essentially a full cockpit made of carbon fiber for the car that has been produced in Munich, Germany, that's fully sustainable and everything. And it actually is significantly lighter than, say, the Chevy Bolt or the Nissan Leaf and everything. You're getting the weight savings, which also helps improve the range on the car essentially at that point too as well. Not to mention, it is one of the fastest BMWs from 0 to 30 as well. Because
What is it?
0 to 30? Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
What was 0 to 60?
0 to 60 is 8 seconds or so.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And it's faster than any other... Oh, you're talking about 0 to 30. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
we'll cut that one out because neither one of us knew the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as customers who are interested in electric cars, do you find that there's more interest, and do you feel like the questions are a little bit maybe more educated, and instead of just looking at it, they're actually starting to consider? Talk about the potential clients as they are not right now.
As we find right now, our typical client base for the BMWs i3, we normally have people that are more tech inclined, especially in the Bay Area here with all the tech companies. So they tend to ask more of the in-depth questions that you get with than a regular BMW client. A good example would be like the BMW kilowatt per hour on that compared to like other cars. A lot of people don't tend to ask that, but you'd get that asked from you at the BMW dealerships for the i3. You also get a lot more on the charging aspects, on when to charge, where to charge, which is the best. Also, one of the other main questions we get a lot of the time is that how does range extender work? It's literally a scooter engine that charges a battery like a generator would for electricity. And a lot of people have questions on that, and that's questions that you wouldn't normally expect from other BMWs, like other BMW clients. You'd normally get that from maybe like M Sport clients, where they're looking at M Sport cars with like the M Sport engines and everything like that. You get M3s, M4s, M5s. You get more technical questions with those clients than you would. But on the different aspect, on the electric aspect, you see a lot more of the tech questions as far as battery, life expectancy on the battery, and other things like that.
So customers are getting a little bit smarter, right? That's been kind of my impression also, that they are, instead of just saying, oh, wow, that's cool or whatever, or what is it, they're now saying, well, actually, I can see myself in one. Is that your impression as well?
Absolutely, yeah. You see that a lot, especially at our department. We also take care of lease returns, and when they come back, we get people constantly telling us how they want to buy out the cars and how they love the cars the entire time that they've had it. You see that a lot more than you would with other cars, because the BMW drives completely different than it is. It's a different whole philosophy behind the BMW, other than just pure electric. You're getting quality on top of that, and a lot of times you don't see that with other car brands. It just depends on which kind of car, what's your preference and everything.
Well, thank you, first of all. I'm looking forward to hopefully talking to you next year when the 3 Series is going to be a thing, and I want to hear about how customers are transitioning to that, if they're more excited about it, and with the new range and the new technology that BMW already has implemented and what's coming in that car. Hopefully we can talk and have a completely different conversation next year.
Looking forward to it. Absolutely.
All right. So I'm not a fan yet, but I am. I'm optimistic that they're moving in the right direction. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it. It looks like this brand will start joining the rest of us who are part of this movement for many years. And I'm looking forward what they're going to do with the technology that they already have and merge it with the new electric car technology they're going to develop and produce for the rest of us. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I will see you guys next time. And remember to stay charged.